Number one, I will not be setting any New Year's resolutions this year. Nope, I'm not going to do it. And if you too are feeling the urge to just throw caution to the wind and not set a New Year's resolution, well, we should talk more about that. Well, hello friends, I'm Mary Beth with At What Cost, where simple living and deep faith go hand in hand. And no, I will not be setting any New Year's resolutions this year. I don't typically do this. I don't know, I struggle with this. I feel like I have all of these really good intentions at the beginning of the year, and then it just like, yeah, we've all been there. I know you have. I know you have. Instead, I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach, and we'll talk more about that. So number two, I will not be purchasing any new planner system to help me get my life together. I kind of end up doing this a lot. I find this planner system, or at least this like series of layouts in a bullet journal, or some like new thing that's supposed to help me get all of my meals together and get on a cleaning system and just house all the things to just really be my life control book thing. And what ends up happening is I get a little too into the accessories and the planning phase of it. I buy all of the things, and then I spend more time with a pencil and a ruler, like scheduling it out and drawing it and coloring it and making it pretty. And I never actually even get into the like using of the system. And so I feel like it's too much for me to be able to do. I'm not actually getting my life together. And so I just leave it by the wayside. This year, I will be using my iPhone calendar, which I already use. I love, I can share appointments. My husband and I can see what other things are going on. And I can give myself alerts. 2 alerts, like one the day before and one 15 minutes before. Very helpful. The other planner that I will be using is from Nourishing Minimalism. Rachel has this great planner. It's very simple, and she has 2 different versions. She has one with some Christian quotes and scripture, and then another that does not. And that is the only one that I will be using to plan anything else outside of just my calendar, like keeping track of my workday or meetings, things like that, that I just had to see kind of at a glance throughout my workday. I will link to that in the description below if you too would like to check it out. Number 3, I will not be purchasing any new clothes unless they are a high quality piece of clothing, or I can find them secondhand on someplace like ThredUp. I actually got this shirt and this shirt on ThredUp, and I love them. Now, this one is a little tough for me because I don't really like to shop. So I hate going into a store, trying things on, trying to decide. It's not my favorite thing to do. So I end up settling for buying some things online, getting them home, returning them if I need to. And then sometimes I forget and I don't return them, and then they just pile up. Or I will buy them on like fast fashion and they wear out, they're not good quality. So this year I am not making any impulse fashion choices. I'm going to stick with what I have. In fact, I would like to move the needle in the other direction and get rid of several more pieces of clothing. Number 4, I will not be neglecting my evening quiet time. Now, my morning time routine when it comes to quiet time is like rock solid. I have a great routine. I teach a women's Bible study on Wednesday nights at my church. And so I find a lot of accountability there to get up early, get in the Word, have prayer, and really fill my cup before my day starts. But the end of the day is like non-existent. I find myself scrolling a lot, and I end up getting into bed sometimes kind of frustrated and replaying the things that have happened during the day. And I haven't really grounded myself like I would like to before I go to bed. Now, this is not by any means a complex kind of quiet time that I'm looking to have in the evening. Really just more almost, I guess, of a devotional or maybe even a prayer journal. I do have a prayer journal, but a scripture, a short time of prayer, and then maybe some general reading that I kind of want to do in the evening time. Just something to sort of, I don't know, get myself a little more grounded before I go to bed. I'd really like to end my day and start my day in God's Word. Number 5, I will not be redecorating my house this year. We have been in this house about 6 years and I love it. I love this house. It needs some good paint all over the place because I have 3 little boys who touch every single surface all of the time, usually after they've eaten Doritos. It does need a good coat of paint throughout, but I keep finding myself, usually in this evening time stuff, on Pinterest, wanting to like repaint everything, redo the bathrooms, put totally new light fixtures in, just rethink my whole home aesthetic. I find myself longing for some change. The problem ends up being that I have all of these ideas and I don't actually have a solid plan. And my house is not in a place right now where I can really make some long-term decorating decisions. I need to really focus on decluttering this year and getting the remainder of the stuff that's just sort of laying around out of here. I have done a lot of surface level stuff over the last couple of years. I have gotten down into some nitty-gritty areas, but I still find there are several things that just keep getting shuffled around my house. And this is the year to face them and get this really, really decluttered. Then over the next year, I can make some decisions and have a plan going into some redecorating of our house. In the past, I would have just gone down to Home Goods or Target or someplace with some Christmas money I have and bought a few pieces to put here or there in the hopes that it would give me a fresh new look. At this point, I think the fresh new look that I need is taking some things out and maybe just moving on from some stuff that I've had for a while that I like, but is just, I don't know, just a little worn out. I don't know. We'll see. Number 6. I will not be trying any new cleaning products. I have discovered some cleaning products that I really love, and I'm sticking with it this year. I'm not venturing out. I'm not going to be influenced by the people that I see on social media telling me that this new product is the latest and greatest for cleaning your shower door or your floors or doing your dishes or whatever it is. I have a solid plan that works. I have products that work. I just need to actually do the work. So rather than trying to find a new product, I think I'm going to start using a little more elbow grease and using what I have before I start to try and find some new things. In that same vein with number 7, I will not be exploring new hobbies this year. Y'all, I got bit real hard by the royal icing bug. I took a class in December and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the class. I did not think that I would actually want to do it, but then a few weeks into it, I made some cutout cookies and then I made some royal icing and I really enjoyed it. But I'm not very good at it. So I think I need to practice. But if I'm actually going to do it, I need to get the piping bags and buy the right food colorings. And then I just realized, oh no, you're going to start something again. You're going to have something in the cabinet. And in a few weeks, when Christmas is over and we don't make cookies all of the time anymore, it's going to sit in the back of the closet and I'm not going to do anything with it anymore. So I am vowing right now that I will not take up any new hobbies this year. I'm going to work on practicing with the ones that I already have, which I have been since the fall. I've been doing a little watercolor painting and I have been really trying to do some hand lettering over the last couple of years. I'd like to spend more time and effort in those areas using the supplies I already have than trying to pick up some new thing. Okay, number 8. I know this is going to be a hard one. I will not be adding any new houseplants. Yes, I know. I know, plants are good. They're really beautiful, and I'm actually pretty decent at taking care of them, which is part of the problem. I have lots and lots of houseplants. I've kind of turned our house into a little greenhouse. In fact, right here, just in this little corner of our bedroom, I have one, two, there's supposed to be one right here that I moved, three. There are 2 in our bath, so 5 just in our bedroom alone. And then downstairs, I don't even know. I probably have 12, maybe even 14. So we're not going to get any new houseplants this year. If anything, I will take some clippings of the ones that I already have. I know I've got one in our hallway up here that is like on its way out. It's just not doing well. I don't know why. And I don't know. I think my kids keep messing with it, but I will not be replacing any new houseplants. I will not be adding any new houseplants. We're going to stick with what we got. Number 9, and this one, it's a little controversial. Don't come for me on this one. I will not be doing any decluttering challenges. You heard me. I said it. I'm not doing any decluttering challenges. I'm not doing like 2,024 items in 2024. I'm not doing any like weekend warrior challenges. I'm really trying hard to develop habits and routines around a lot of things, and decluttering is one of those things. Now, decluttering challenges were incredibly helpful in the beginning of our minimalism journey, especially when I was very active in the Minimal Mom membership group. It was amazing to know that there were a couple thousand other women who were doing all of the same things that I was doing over that weekend, and I reduced the things in our home by at least 80% just through those decluttering challenges. They certainly have value, and I would do them again if I felt like we needed that kind of hardcore purge in our house. But at this point, I'm really looking to hone in on our maintenance and regular routine decluttering, which again, like I said, they have a really great place. I would encourage you, if you are just starting out on this journey, to find some of those decluttering challenges. I even have several playlists here on the channel that can help you dive in and do some really big decluttering. But in the upcoming year, I'm really looking to do more habits than like big decluttering challenges. And number 10 of the 10 things that I will not be doing in 2024, I will not be trying any new recipes. Yes, I know. This could be hard because I really like to cook, but sort of in the same vein with hobbies and decluttering, I am in maintenance mode, and this is just something I've had to accept, that we are not in a season of trying new things. We're in a season of making the things that we know work. And so I will not be venturing out into any new cookbooks or like scrolling through Pinterest for that brand new recipe. I have several tried and true recipes that my family loves, and I have lots of access to things here that we already have. I don't need to be looking on the internet for a new bundt cake recipe because, hello, we all know where the good bundt cake recipes are. So I will not be trying any new recipes. I will be using what we have. Do you sense kind of a theme this year that like, I'm just trying to use what we have? I'm not trying to start a whole bunch of new things. I'm just trying to make the things that we do have work. So those are the 10 things that I will not be doing this year in the upcoming year. And now let me share with you 3 things that I will be doing. 1, and we've already talked about it, I am really looking to start some new habits and routines. I have been reading 2 books that have been incredibly influential just in the last few months, and that's Habits of the Household by Justin Whitmel Earley and Simplicity Parenting by Kim John Payne. And I am just looking to make some of these habits stick and develop liturgies in our home. Both of these books, Simplicity Parenting and Habits of the Household, have just made a huge impact on me. And so I'm really looking to do that in the upcoming year to really start to create some liturgy in our home and, I don't know, take our parenting in a different direction. We've simplified a lot of things, but I definitely, with 3 kids that have special needs and a really difficult background, we need some simplicity in our parenting. Oh, are you snoring? Gunner's snoring. I don't know if you can hear him. I apologize if you can hear him. Anyway, so number 2 of the things that I will be doing in 2024 is really emphasizing discipleship with my children and myself. In that same vein, with setting up liturgies and habits and routines, I really want to focus on family time and discipling our children very intentionally. And number 3, and I know this is hard with someone who has an entire thing like built on social media, but I am really looking to decrease my screen time. Like I mentioned in the list of things that I would not be doing, I do find myself hopping on my phone and just mindlessly scrolling at the end of the night, or sitting down and watching a couple of hours of YouTube videos in the evening, which I do enjoy. There are several channels that I really enjoy, but I have not done a very good job of really metering that time for myself. And if I'm looking to do some of these other things in the new year, decreasing my screen time is going to go a long way, not just in my own life, but in the life of my family as well. So there you have it, the 10 things that I will not be doing and 3 things that I will. And now, if you are still watching at the end of the video, it's family time. Well, as you can imagine, family, I totally fell off the Advent wagon. We continued to do Advent in our home. I just did not do a lot of filming the last half of December, and that's simply because it is so loud in my house. Like, it's quiet right now because Brian has the kids out in the garage and they're doing some stuff out there. They're like banging on wood and like just making a lot of noise, which I love. It's wonderful. It's not conducive to making videos, and it's not inside either. So they have been home really since, I don't know, 2.5 weeks into December. They're going back this coming week, and I have loved having our kids home. We've had a great Christmas break, but quiet in this house has not happened. So I apologize. We did focus on joy and love those last 2 weeks in December. And so just to recap, joy only comes from the Lord, and love also only comes from the Lord. And in great love, he gave us his son, Jesus, which causes us to have great joy. So there, you didn't miss out on anything with Advent. So here's a quick story about my youngest son going hunting with my husband. He was very excited. He got some hand-me-down hunting gear from a friend of ours, and he got boots for Christmas. He wore those boots all day, Christmas Day, and the next day. I'm pretty sure he would have slept in them if we let him. And then on a few days after Christmas, my husband took him out hunting. We have some property in South Georgia, and so they went there, and they got up very early. He was up at like 4:30 in the morning. They were out the door by 5. And when they got home that evening, he came, I was like taking my makeup off and getting ready for bed. And he came into the bathroom and he said, "Oh, Mom, oh man, I had such a great time today, but we were up so early. I couldn't figure out why we're up that early. I couldn't get my shoes on the right feet. I couldn't have even told you my first name if you asked me." I just had to laugh. I couldn't have even told you my first name if you asked me. So yes, it was a very memorable experience. They did not see one single deer, and my husband said they both just kind of sat there quietly most of the day, which is incredible because that my child does not ever have an off button. He never sits down. He's never quiet. And so for him to be sitting in a deer blind with my husband for like 6.5 hours was pretty incredible. And to be honest, I think they both needed the peace and quiet, really. it was very nice that they had that time together and that they really had kind of an information detox. So it was a really good thing for them. So I would love to know in the comments, what were some of your favorite memories this second half of December? And what are some of the things that you will not be doing as we go into the new year? Thanks so much for watching. And until I see you again, keep fighting the good fight.